excited audience. You are watching Amity TV. I, Jagriti Srivastav, here with a well-known personality from cinema, producer of upcoming movie Mirg, and founding member of Studio RA, Mr. Rishi Anand. Hello, sir. Sir, as we all know about your upcoming movie Mirg, what inspires you to create such incredible movie?
Oh, should I hold it? So I was looking at scripts from London for a long time, and I've been involved in film in London, and I thought I was looking for something a bit unique and a bit different, and I looked at 5 or 6 different projects here, and they were like, no. Then I met Shwetab, who had already made Ebe, and Ebe is doing very well on Netflix, and he'd won many awards and things like that. So I said, look, आप जरा project दिखाओ, तो एक project दिखाया नहीं, मैंने बोला था ये मेरे के लिए नहीं है, तो next one. Then the last project I said, okay, ये script कुछ है दिखाना. So he showed me all the details of it, and then I was like, actually, there's something quite special here. And Satish sir, actually, when he read the script, he also approved it in just 2 minutes. 2 hours. He read it and he said he's going to act in this as well. And as we know, this is Satish Kaushik's last film. But unfortunately, that's one of the saddest things. But I think the story in the script is something quite special. So for me, if I'm going to invest in something or I'm going to get involved in something, I think the story, the script really matters a lot to me, really, yeah.
So, what according to you is the best element of the movie?
And that's a really, really great question. I think I've been watching a lot of film for a long time, and if you're asking me for one, are you asking me for one element or just an element in general?
One element.
Yeah, I like the fact that there are coincidences in the movie that happen, and I like the elements. It's hard for me to keep it to one spectrum, because what keeps in my mind is obviously when they're on the top of Himachal Pradesh, when they were actually in the mountains. Tarun had actually said that he wanted to film on the top of the mountains, and I was like, okay, well, are you going to do it in the daytime? Is it going to be the landscapes? Because we've got some landscapes, so the landscapes are beautiful, and the beauty of Himachal Pradesh. Because I think if we take this film globally, which is, people from London, they see it. When we talk about India, what do we mean by beauty? And you see, Europe, you know the greenery of London, but jo Himachal Pradesh ki beauty hai, jaise wo lakes hai, and it is unbelievable. And as he's got such the director's got such an intimate knowledge of Himachal Pradesh, he knows the areas that we would never see. He knows where there's lakes and rivers. And in the night scenes, what he filmed, he actually spent 2, 3, 4, days just looking for the right location. So that if you ask me for one element, then yes, the landscapes are beautiful and they're going to look amazing on the cinema screen. Yeah.
What, according to you, is the biggest achievement of yours till date?
Of my?
Biggest achievement of yours.
In terms of personally or business-wise? Personally, as an individual, I would say, obviously, marrying my wife would be one of the biggest achievements, and I think having 2 wonderful children would be my greatest achievements, and seeing them kind of grow up would be the greatest achievement. Yeah, for sure.
After lots of talk about movies, I would love to ask, how are you feeling here in Amity University, Patna?
I went to Ranchi, and I saw your university there, and I went here and I've seen your university here, and I'm really impressed by the positivity you have. The positivity of the students is amazing. In Ranchi versus, if we would hold a competition, Ranchi University, Amity Ranchi and Amity Patna, then I would say the questions are totally different. And I found that quite interesting, because when we were on the stage, we were looking at, because for me as an entrepreneur, because I'm an entrepreneur basically, and I look at different investments in London and things like that, for me, it's everything for me, which has made me successful as a person since I was a young man, was the questions you ask. Because if you ask the right questions, that to me is your intelligence. And, because your questions, they basically open up who you are and what your curiosity is. And your curiosity is what you can't learn. It's something that you have to develop, and it has to satisfy that itch. And the questions were so different between here. But I think there's a great energy with the students. They're very bright, and I think you've definitely chosen the right university, for sure.
A message you would like to give to the youth of the audience?
For me, the most important thing, which is basically personal advice, which I would give for any student, would be that you have to be strong and you have to keep strong. Those are the two things. Because when people say, if someone's passed, be strong, that's fine. But you have to keep strong as well. And I'd say that's important. And you have to be strong and keep strong to follow your dreams. Because if you're going to follow your dreams, you're going to have to make sacrifices. And I think, those sacrifices are what you need the strength for in life, and you have to create something great in your life. That is the most important thing to do. So to create something great in your life, you have to be strong, you have to keep strong, you have to make sacrifices, like I've said. But then you also have to maintain pressure. And people don't talk about pressure enough. But, when you're a CEO of a company, there's an immense amount of pressure on you. So if you can't take that pressure and you think you're not a person, then don't do acting. Don't make filmmaking. Because when you're in the media and you're talking to people, they're going to be microscoping every action you take. So if you feel that's not there, then keep to journalism. Find your strength based upon how much pressure you take. That's my best advice, and I hope that someone kind of hears that, because it's based on my own experience as well. Yeah.
Thank you, sir. At the end, I would love to thank Mr. Rishi Anand for his valuable time and inspirational words. Thank you so much, sir. For further updates, keep watching Amity TV.